tire test was here and we organized the cleanup and got to take my farm truck making laps around here when there were weeds still and mud everywhere, and made some laps just to say I did, thinking it could get bulldozed at any moment. And so to me at that time, I was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. And then now we're here. I got to do the tire test. Lots changed since then on the track. The patchwork has changed significantly. The safer barrier has really narrowed up the straightaways significantly. All that being said, the thing that hasn't changed is there's no grip anywhere on the asphalt. So I'm really proud of our group. Our Fast Lane Mustangs were really fast, short and long run speed. Pit crew's really fast. We did start with pole in the second heat. Hopefully this weather isn't a factor. I don't want to dilute our product and what this weekend has become by having messed with rain, but it's been awesome. It's such a cool weekend.
Obviously, the organization made a big step forward. The middle part of last year on the short tracks when you winning at Bristol, but having the both guys top 10s and doing that multiple times. Can you give we don't always see, but give a sense of what, in essence, the last year and a half. I mean, in one sense, a year and a half isn't a long time, but in another sense, man, that's a lot that's gone in just to get to where you guys are.
Yeah, it's a long time, right? I mean, it's you always want instant success, and it took us a little while to get fired off last year. Hit our stride about where we were 3 weeks ago. That would have been about that time last year. We hit a pretty good stride, and just headed a lot of places, got a win. It's come a long way. Both cars have been fast in a lot of places. There are a lot of different styles of tracks, not just short tracks now. So that part's really promising. It's worked really hard to get this thing turned around, and Brad coming over has been such a great influence on everybody. It really changed a lot of the culture and a lot of how we go about things. The next gen car has obviously thrown a huge change at us at the sport. All those things have been learning curves, but we've found some good success with a lot of it and are continuing to build on that. So it feels like it took a long time. I guess it's probably been quick when you look back on it, but we're all impatient, and we want it yesterday, and it's not quite there yet.
My guess is anytime you have a new teammate, there's things to potentially learn from them, have that opportunity, and that can help you. And I'm curious, how do you feel like having Brad has benefited you and making? I mean, what are you looking at or doing in a different way than you might have done?
I'll take a step back on here for a second. I've been really fortunate to have great teammates, legends in our sport, Hall of Famers, between Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, AJ Allmendinger. I've had, as I've been in our sport for so long, to lean on and look at and get that advice through, and that's pretty amazing when I think back on it, on the amount of information you've been able to get out of those drivers, and it's definitely made me better at different styles of racetracks. AJ Allmendinger, who started in our series as a road ringer, he's good everywhere, but I learned so much road racing from him. And Brad is so good on short tracks and places like Talladega, super speedway racing. We've had strong cars at RFK, super speedway racing for a long time, and we're able to lean on his knowledge on a lot of those things. There's just a lot of places that I'm able to feed off of the info that I've gotten through the years, what I've learned myself. And it's just a constant evolving process that continues to make you better. You're never done learning. I promise you. Kevin Harvick's going to retire not knowing everything, right? Like he tells you later, you're always learning here. You're always figuring something out, and it's just a matter of soaking it all up.
Forgive me if you already got asked about it, but weren't you one of the ones that came up here and pulled weeds when Dale Jr. and them and did all that?
Yeah.
What? I mean, there's no connection for you in this track. Like, what led you to come up here and do that?
I think Dale was tweeting about it, and sitting there, I've driven right down. Thank you. 421 here to Bristol so many times. I've watched the evergreens grow up through the stands and watched the place just fade away. And he put that out there that, look, for iRacing, we're going to try and get this thing cleaned up and scanned to preserve our history. And I'm definitely not near as knowledgeable on the history of our sport like he is, but to me it was like, man, that's worth going and doing. And I knew how bad a shape it was in. Had a skid steer, had a dump trailer. I was like, man, I've got some equipment. I'll come up there and run these things and help you out. And I was like, I'll be there. And a friend of mine, Bailey Curry, he came up as well, and we came up here and went to work. Turns out, didn't need quite the heavy equipment. They'd gotten ahead of us a little bit on that, and so we went around and really, with a shovel and a hoe, and tried to pick out all the mud out of the cracks and the weeds and get it ready to scan. Watched Junior make laps on a power sweeper around here. It's a miserably cold, wet day. He didn't let me drive the power sweeper, but I think he was partial to it. But it was just a cool experience to see it clean up through that day. There was probably 25, 30 people out here, and from all different parts of garages, and it's cool to see it evolve. Got to make some laps in my old farm truck around here just to say I did before it inevitably got torn down, and here we are. Like it's come so far. It's never would have thought that was what was coming, but it is cool to look back and say, man, was a part of it before, knew it could really lead to something better. And huge hats off to Dale and working on that, and Marcus Smith and his group for what they've done here. It's
being locked into the race, you get to kind of sit back and enjoy the weekend a little bit more, and just the atmosphere.
I've been on both sides of it, and I would say it doesn't change a whole lot of what you do. The Open, it's you're looking for a very small window of spots, right? So there is a little bit of stress in that. We've been able to race our way in that way, but it's nice to be locked in with our Fastenal Mustang, yes.
What's bigger motivation, the $1 million or being the first winner at North Wilkesboro in 27 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's that trophy is so cool. I can't lie and say that the $1 million doesn't sit there as a very tempting option, right? But I don't know. We raced to win. That's been what I've done since I was a kid. There was no part of me that was thinking, oh man, I can't wait to win this $120 at this Legends Car race pays to win, right? But that wasn't on there. It was, I want to race to win, and it's the same thing every week. Like, I want to come here and win this race. I want to win it because it's North Wilkesboro. I want to win it because we had such good speed in our car in practice. I want to see it through. Our pit crew put us in a great spot to start the heat races, so I know they're going to be on it. I want to win because I'm competitive, but $1 million, pretty unique trophy there to go with it. Very fitting for the area. I mean, we're all in trying to figure out how to get a checkered flag here.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check one of those 2 videos out that we have right beside you. Visit Frontstretch.com for more great content.